Hello everyone and welcome to your second royal reading today, a Monday, here at MadWorldTarot. Now, I've just had a look at the alleged dastardly plot to force Prince William to relinquish the crown in due course, when, in the fullness of time, let's say. Meanwhile, she who would be queen is also apparently having to contemplate the humiliating come down from the queen of Netflix streaming to having to resume her acting career. This is according to Radar Online, which tells us that Meghan Markle is doomed to shockingly humiliating career move after Netflix shows and lifestyle brand flops. And the article then goes on to itemize in quite gruesome detail all her flops, recent flops. And it says, going back to acting, and now I'm quoting, is going to be a humiliating journey. The truth is, she was a terrible actress, and no one in Hollywood will cast her in big projects as she's seen as toxic. She's doomed to chase something that will not succeed, like everything else she touches. And then, as if that's not bad enough, it tells us that it's all about money, basically, needs to make some money, reminds us of all the failures and how much money she's having to actually put into all of those failures. Time to earn some money. Quoting again, she's aiming for prestige television, the kind that wins Emmys. And then it quotes Jennifer Aniston, Julia Roberts, Brad Pitt. That's the road they've all gone down now. But if she thinks she'll land roles like that, she's dreaming. I'm quoting again. It will just spell more humiliation for her. She's no A-lister and never will be. And that's not an A-lister, that's an A-lister. Vicious little article. I've got the Tinseltown Tarot on the tarot table for this one. We're going to have a quick look at this. Most importantly, I want to know who's behind this. I know, well, allegedly, I don't know, but I suspect that Meghan quite frequently submits articles for Radar Online to print. This certainly has not come from her. So who has it come from? Just wondering. And what else do we want to know? We want to know how desperate she is right now. This has come after the failed trip to the UK, has been the failed trip to the UK to seek his fortune, to reinstall himself as a half-in, half-out working royal, to oust Prince William, whatever else he was trying to do, get back in with Pa, failed. So, how broke, how desperate is she really? Looking for a TV role now for herself? Who is behind this article? And will Meghan return to the small screen? And how will she do? Will she get that Emmy or not? That's what we're going to ask. Got cards flying all over the place, so I think we're good to go. I need to squish them like this, apparently. I haven't used these cards for a while because we thought her Hollywood ambitions were over, but apparently not. Perhaps it's just with love, Meghan. That's over. Tarot for fun and entertainment, all my opinion, all speculation. Just read energy here. Disclaimer in the box below. 6-card reading. What is going on with Madame and her return to acting? Except she's a terrible actress and she's toxic, and it will fail like everything else she's done has failed. Wow. King of Wands. Well, that's the movie business. That's Hollywood, the King of Wands. That's the producers. That's the big, I suppose now streaming. It wouldn't be, the big studios. Gone are the days. This is the streaming stuff. There's a light Ted Sarandos energy in here, but just a light one. So we'll ignore it. I think this is just, as I say, streaming giants, all of that stuff here. A bit of Ari Emanuel. He's probably had some phone calls find me, start sending the scripts to me so I can read. Situation, that's our underlying energy. There's nothing strange about it. Six of Cups. Six of Cups is the past. How interesting that the past has shown up here. And the past, of course, for her was quite happy once Trev got her that gig with Suits. It was lovely. She managed to move away from him to Toronto and hang out with the Mulroonies and all of that lot, and snare a prince. It went very nicely for her. So thinking of the good old days, back to, those lovely memories. She's going to forget all the times when she was a briefcase girl on Deal or No Deal or whatever it was called, and the hustles and possibly sailing the seven seas and all the things that she had to do, and those not so stellar roles that we've all seen and cringed at. But happy memories, the good old days. She's harking back to the good old days. And it does happen when times are tough, when your current world is too terrible, and you have to take to your bed with what's left of your rosé and a baguette. Then you might start thinking, it was so nice when I was an actress and I was on Suits and I was going to all kinds of fancy things and hanging out with the best of the best. Kind of sometimes she did, mostly not, but yeah, there it is. How bad are things now, financially and in terms of flops? Ooh, we've got the Ace of Swords in reverse. Ugly. Ace of Swords, ugly energy. Swords in reverse, always ugly. Even upright, they can be very ugly. Being cut, cut down, being attacked, being criticized, being cut out of things, out of Netflix deals. Harry looks like he's going about making his own Diana documentary without Madame. So she's being cut out of things, she's being criticized, she's being denied, she's being rejected. It's ugly stuff. It's not a financial calamity yet. We love that word, yet. But it does tell me that she's not popular and that she's received, I just get criticism. That's what's coming through for me with that Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is really about fresh ideas and sort of telling your truth. This is who I am and this is what I intend to do. This is my clever plan. It's in reverse, which means she really doesn't have a plan. And this is why she's harking back to the past. So is she busy trying to get a role on the next best thing on one of the streaming services? Oh, yes, Four of Wands. Four of Wands. Yes. Because Four of Wands is about a celebration and awards and, lovely things. So absolutely, she's now decided, according to the cards, in between some light harassment of the British royals, or some severe harassment rather, of the British royals so she can one day be queen, allegedly, she's also focusing her efforts now on winning something. And we know that they've paid for an award just in a few days' time or a week and a half or so in New York. But there's only so many awards you can buy. Everyone's seen through that scam now. And allegedly they don't pay up. If they pledge things, they don't pay. Allegedly, we need to look at that. So might have to, it says invitation here. As you see, it's about celebrations, usually weddings, that Four of Wands. But it's back in a safe environment. The Four of Wands is home. What is safe, what is secure, what is stable, where you're happy. And this is home. She grew up, she was in a, her father was in the business, and she grew up, that's what she knew. Trev was in the game. She met him, and they, that was their life, that was their world. She's going back to a world she knows. I don't think the Netflix stuff that she's doing right now is a world she knows. She doesn't know how to do a cooking show or a lifestyle brand or any of that stuff. Clueless. Actually, she knows how to be a working actress, however lacking in talent she is. So, who decided to send this very scornful article, Ace of Swords kind of scornful article to Radar Online, who we don't think really has fact checkers or anything like that? They just print. But who? Who? Ooh, I knew it, because I saw this card when I started. And I was going to say, see, you can wind back to the beginning when I'm throwing cards around on the table. The Lovers flew out. It was the first card that flew out. His people. His people. Not him, because I don't think he could write so eloquently. And this is quite eloquent, but his people. Wow. Wow. Divorce. Place your bets. Place your bets. Wow. I'm shook. So, will Madame find herself a role as an actress? Oh yes, ka-ching. Yes, you know what? She could get lucky. Now, who said this? Some of you are screaming at me and saying that, what was that, the living Nostradamus that we read on a while back. He was all over the place, Daily Mail. He said she was going to go back to acting. He said they wouldn't get divorced, they would just carry on, you know, pretend marriage. But she would go back to acting and she would do something and it would be successful. Ta-da! Wheel of Fortune. Will it be successful? Will it win an Emmy to rival Pars? Nah. Page of Wands in reverse. Nah. It's not going to, you know, they're signing autographs. No. It's not going to be the next big thing. She thinks it's going to be the next big thing, but she thinks it's about everything. And if you're losing the will to live after the previous reading today, remember that. Remember that. We read her energy, and her energy believes this because that is how she manages to get through every day on this planet, by believing that she is the next big thing, or she is the biggest thing that ever was, because that is the level, in my inexpert opinion, of her narcissism. It's not objective truth, it's Madame's truth. She thinks this is going to change her whole life. But it's just a little Page of Wands in reverse. Bad reviews disappear quite quickly. She does it. But what is interesting about this is our old friend, the living Nostradamus. Ka-ching! It's here in the energy. It's here. She's manifesting it with this King of Wands as we speak. She's talking to someone about it right now, I think. She wants to go back to where she once was, where, you know, Beatles. She wants to go back there because that's her real place where she belongs. Mangling lyrics. Sorry about that, but that's the reading. Watch the space, and I'll see you again tomorrow.